Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Symmons and I'm running to be your next co-president of Democracy in Education. I'm going to use this video opportunity to just talk through a few of the things that are in my manifesto and some of the things that you can expect from me if you elect me to be the next co-president of Democracy in Education. Widening participation policies. And this is something that's personal to me. I was the first person in my family to go to college, the first person to go to university, and the first person in my college to get accepted into SOAS in over 5 years. They sent a letter home to my mum. Lovely. So when I arrived in SOAS and when I moved to London, this was really my first time experiencing any sort of class divide in my life. But believe me, it's real. I realised that I had less opportunities, less resources, and less privilege than a lot of my peers. And actually this really affected me. I really felt that. So I spent my time trying to get my head around everything. Firstly, the jargon. This whole new language I had to learn, and maybe I still don't know it fully, but I think I've got my head around it a bit now. Such as widening participation. What is widening participation? Widening participation refers to students, BME students, working class students, carers, disabled students, commuting students. So the experience was surprising to me a little bit in SOAS. I want to firstly de-jargonise the union so that it is accessible and far less intimidating to those people that don't already have prior knowledge of this type of language. I got elected as the Working Class Executive Officer, and in that role I went and found out every single bursary that is available to students that need it, and there's one, basically, the hardship grant. If you need money because you don't have a family that can help support you, you can only apply one time a year to one bursary. They say it's 3, but it's wrapped in 1. Anyway, I want to change that. On top of that, they have what used to be known as the Excellence Bursary. Now it's known as the SOAS Bursary. I received this, and this is given to people that need extra financial help to bridge between what they have and what they need. So why do they give it to us in February and midsummer? I've already gone home, I'm working my full-time job in the summer. I need it, but it's not most substantial to me. As soon as I got my role as executive officer for working class students, I set up meetings in the finance and admin departments with the suits in the Senate, and I told them that this is just not okay, it's not useful. And through many conversations, we are in the process now of actually changing that so that the bursary is awarded to these students at a more substantial time, pre-Christmas, first term, when I believe the students that are receiving it will actually require it more. I want to humanise the entire experience of applying for the hardship grant as well. In my year as working class officer, I've helped many people filling out the forms, doing the whole process just to prove that you need money. It's not great. I want to humanise that experience by making a human being your first point of contact, not an online form. I want to make it less intrusive into people's lives. The information they need is, quite frankly, embarrassing if you don't want to give up that information. It's embarrassing to have to delve and find that information for yourself as well. So I want to edit that. And whilst we're on the matter, I also want to humanise the experience of mitigating circumstances. Even though SOAS accepts 95% of mitigating circumstances, I still know it's a very traumatic experience to go through for a lot of people that actually apply. I will work with the union and the school to create some really cohesive recruitment strategies so that we can encourage more people from widening participation backgrounds to come and study at SOAS. I will then also work with SOAS to ensure that these students that do come are supported, represented and equal. A lot of these ideas for the widening participation also stem over into BME policies and the attainment gap. The attainment gap is an embarrassing and harrowing fact of reality, but I don't think it needs to be, especially not in SOAS. A SOAS BME student is 30% less likely to get a first-class degree than a white student. Why? Why? Leeds University has managed to substantially close their attainment gap by pushing forward the Decolonising the Curriculum, which has proven to get more enthusiasm, more motivation, and more connectivity with the courses. I want to fight for greater visibility for the underrepresented students that are already here. This is kind of the final chunk of students that fit into widening participation. That is disabled students, carer students, students with children, students that have to commute. All these students can face extra difficulties that not everybody else has to deal with. I want to make their education experience easier through a number of ways, but IT resources and their availability. Let's fix Moodle. No more missing resources, no more misleading deadlines, no more misleading module options, and no more missing resources. I want to push for lecture capture in classes so that people that can't physically be in the class can still have their educational experience. I want to make sure that every room is decked out and capable of looking after students that need resources such as plug sockets in the larger lecture theatres. Decolonising the curriculum. Decolonising the curriculum has been proven to directly help adjust the attainment gap. This is brilliant, and we need to keep pushing for this. More than that, it's progressive. It stands for the ideologies of SOAS, demanding accountability by the SOAS management against claims of sexual harassment. We need to have a safe space for all genders everywhere. Fractionals for fair play. The same as the UCU, we must stand for the rights on both sides of the education systems, ensuring safe contracts, pay and hours. I will aid in all campaigns brought to me and I will work tirelessly to identify further areas that need focus. Why vote for me? Firstly, I'm organised, efficient, high functioning and a little bit OCD, so I will get the job done and I'll probably get it done quite quickly. In order to get to SOAS, I overcame many obstacles, as many of us do, and I did the unexpected, at least in my family. I moved from an entirely working class environment, Portsmouth, and I moved to London and I came to SOAS and I needed every financial help that was available, and some. When I got here, I felt the wrath of the class division in London, but also largely in SOAS, and that lit a fire within me. This fire meant that since my first year, I've actually been making real change. I've not just been fighting and speaking. The SOAS bursary will be moved so that it is more substantial to those that actually need it. The music department did move their deadline system so that it stopped causing unnecessary stress. I won the internship at SOAS Radio to be the music editor. I co-founded the free DJ workshops. I set up opportunities for SOAS musicians to have paid work and coverage outside of the university. I've been the student rep and I've been elected as the working class executive officer. I've attended nearly every single meeting where I've fed back and worked tirelessly as a mediator between students and the system. Real, genuine, approachable, and friendly. Actually, that's a good one. I'm not just a talker, I'm a listener and a doer. And I stand for everyone. Everyone. So vote for me, Sophie Symmons, to be your next co-president of Democracy and Education. And I promise I won't let you down.